Well, the Worcester Railers continue on their season-long 7-game homestand. It's Game 4 here tonight as they play host to the Kalamazoo Wings for the first ever time in franchise history. Cam McGuire here, standing along Railers general manager and head coach David Cuniff. Well, Cunny, before we get into a little talk about who the Kalamazoo Wings are, because our fans obviously unfamiliar with them, we turn the page here to the month of February, and you guys really turned it up as of late towards the end of January.
Yeah, we're fortunate. We're fortunate to have the group that we have. We earlier in the season, this is a team pretty much we built. That we kind of anticipated having all year, but due to COVID and call-ups and different things like that, we just haven't had the group together. So I think our leadership group, Smotherman, Rapace, Nolan Vesey, guys that have been around here most of the time, Liam Coughlin. Some of these guys have gone up and played American League games, but for the most part, a lot of these guys have been here, and they've seen a lot of new faces, a lot of different people come in. They did a great job keeping us in the hunt, and now that we have our group together, now it's time to make up some ground. So that's the goal. We're here to win hockey games. Anything less wouldn't be tolerated at this point. And I'm just lucky, and Jason and I, the coaching staff, just really lucky to have the players that we have. We just have to wind these guys up and let them go.
Well, there certainly was a lot of changes in the month of January, but nice to be on home ice and kind of get back into that routine. And having a couple weeks now where we haven't had any weekday games has allowed you to kind of have a lot of practices in a row, and I know that's helped a lot.
Yeah, it's huge for us. This is basically the third week we've been together as a group. First week really didn't have any practice time, and we had a pretty good weekend that weekend. So, now that we've been able to put some practice time together, I think we're a lot tighter. We're a lot more structured, a lot more. Our details should be a lot tighter and more, closer to the way we want to play.
Well, the Railers have won 4 of their last 5 games, and goal scoring has certainly come on as of recent. 28 goals in the last 5 games. What's led to that? What kind of ignited the fire? Is there anything you guys changed, or kind of everything just started clicking?
It's funny, but I've said it all year. I really think that offense starts at our defensive goal line, and I think we've been really responsible. I'm really proud. I have some great examples from last game or Saturday's game, just from the first period, one period of guys working to get above the puck. By being above the puck, you end up with the puck a lot more. And when we have the puck, we have great offensive guys. They could go to work with it. So I think being responsible defensively, that's what's caused the offense for us.
Well, there was a handful of players that stepped up to the plate in the month of January. 3 players played in all 13 games. Charlie Spetz and Brent Bodwin and Anthony Rapace, who are both on 5-game point streaks. I know you spoke very highly of their play as of late, and they've really turned it up.
Yeah, they've really driven the engine for us. That's a line that we haven't been able to, Franny and I just haven't touched or stayed away from it. You look at, you always have an extra guy and who you're going to put out there with who. And it's a line that all of them bring their own little identity, and they play to their identity, which is the sum of their parts, which is really good. Patch is just a great skater, great energy. He gets after the puck, he recovers it. He's a great F1. Bode's such a great playmaker, has such a great shot, and V's just does everything. He brings some weight to that line. He plays heavy. He gets on the forecheck. He disrupts a lot of things, but then he's really underrated in the number of plays he makes. He's a high IQ guy, comes from a hockey family, and all 3 of those guys are just intelligent hockey players.
Yeah, Nolan Vesey, the co-recipient of the AMI Graphics ECHL Plus Performer of the Month for the month of January. He finished plus 13 and added 12 points in the month of January. Looking in between the pipes, obviously Ken Appleby recalled to the Bridgeport Islanders yesterday, so we'll see Colton Ellis in the net here for the Railers, and he had a really strong outing last Saturday night when he made 50 saves in that 8-5 win over Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I feel so confident when Colton's in the net for us, and in that game they were getting a lot of shots on net, but I knew at the end of the night Colton would make the last save. Whether it's 2-1 or 1-0 or 8-9, I think the kid's a winner. He's a competitive player. He's a competitive person, and he's a guy that will always rise to the challenge.
Certainly, and the Kalamazoo Wings. So let's get into them a little bit. What can you tell us about them? Because obviously, a lot of us here really don't know much about the Kalamazoo Wings.
Yeah, well, their head coach, Nick Bootland, played for us quite a while. Roy and I in Cleveland was one of our captains, and I have a lot of respect for their coaching staff. Nello is a guy, their video coach, who's a good hockey mind. I know him from my days in Iowa. So I know that, watching video on these guys, they play speed through the puck. They play a puck possession game. They let the puck do the work. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge all weekend. You look at this 3-game series, basically like a playoff series, and, we're trying to get at least 2 out of the 3, and they're trying to do the same. So, just not trying to get ahead of ourselves, but one game at a time, first 5 minutes of the first period. We'll just hopefully, try and use our speed to play a fast game, puck possession game ourselves, and try to end play as quick as we can. But it's going to be a real challenge. They have some guys on their team that are big bodies, and they have a lot of skill.
Well, it's 6 points that are up for grabs over the next 3 days. It's game 1 of 3 as the Railers take on the Kalamazoo Wings. Puck drop coming up at 7:05. Connie, as always, thanks for the time and have some fun tonight.
Thanks, Kim.